welcome back to KAMMA. I'm Khalil Deal.
I'm Andio.
And we are KAMMA, about to talk about UFC Fight Night 263, also known as UFC Vegas 110. It's going to be Steve Garcia versus David Onama. And we're going to talk about our early predictions and breakdowns for the prelims. And we'll start off by talking about who's in the prelims here. The first fight, we got Talita Alencar versus Ariane Carnelossi. Then we got Philip Rowe against Seok Hyun Ko. Montserrat Conejo Ruiz against Alice Ardalian. Caitlin Vieira against Norma Dumont. Dante Johnson against Cedricus Dumas, not that guy again. Timothy Kwamba against Chang Ho Lee. And then the main event of the prelims here is Kevin Christian versus Billy Elikana. All right, Andio, to start us off with the first fight of the prelims here, the ladies going at it. Who you got between Talita Alencar and Ariane Carnelossi here?
Here I'm leaning with Arlene Carnelossi. I think she packs more of a punch. I think she's tough. She is younger, and she fought better competition, I think. Like Tatilia Alencar is, she's a champion in no gi and gi BJJ, but she has like no power, and I'm liking. I wouldn't pick her as a favorite, but I'm leaning towards Carnelossi here as it is. So give me Carnelossi by decision or knockout.
All right, man. So yeah, this one here, it's a tricky one here. Talita Alencar, she's a BJJ black belt. She's won multiple world championships, like you said, in both gi and no gi formats of BJJ. She's got an aggressive grappling style, and one of her primary strengths is her forward pressure style. That's why she's got the nickname Problem Child there. She really comes in aggressive, and BJJ is her foundation, man. She's she's also incorporated some striking into her game. She's comfortable with a stand-up fight as well. But Ariane Carnelossi, she's a blend of Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, and kickboxing. She does also have a black belt in both BJJ and kickboxing. And she started off in Muay Thai. She's known for her striking. She's particularly very powerful. She's got powerful knees. And she also has some strong grappling skills. So she's kind of well-rounded. It's a tough one, though, man. Ariane Carnelossi is really built and muscular and really big. But, she tends to have some problems, though, when she gets taken down on her back. That's been a known problem for her on her back. She's got difficulties. You look at some of the fights that she's had there, Carnelossi, in not too long ago. She's beating some real bums like Na Liang, Estela Nunez, Piera Rodriguez, real low level fighters she's beating. And she loses to, the decent fighters that have good grappling and takedowns like Lupita Godinez. She lost to unanimous decision. Also Angela Hill, she got knocked out by her a while back. Now, she hasn't fought in a long time, Carnelossi. The last time she fought there, we're looking at, it's a year and 5 months ago, so it's quite a long time. At least Talita Alencar fought more recently, which was 6 months ago against Vanessa Demopoulos, and she did beat Vanessa Demopoulos. And Vanessa Demopoulos, I find, is pretty good in this division. So she is beating some decent names as well on the other side here with Talita. So, I'm going to go with Talita Alencar in this one. Like I said, no high confidence in it here. It's very low level, these women. But I'm going to go with Talita Alencar to get the win by submission or decision here. As you can see, her 6 wins, 3 subs, 3 decisions. So sub or decision for Talita Alencar. So we're both in disagreement with the first fight of the prelims. Let's move on up to the next fight here.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared on betting these BJJ World Masters when it comes to the women lately. So
yeah, I don't blame
I'm going to go the other way this time.
I don't blame you. It's gonna, it's gonna be. It could go either way. So next fight here, we got Philip Rowe against Seok Hyun Ko. For this one here, man, I definitely have to say that Philip Rowe, he's a pretty an entertaining fighter, man. He's got a combination of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He's very aggressive with his striking. He's got those long limbs, man. He's 6'3". He's got a crazy reach, and he's very good at keeping a distance with his fighters. He's got good grappling and submissions. He's known for his jiu-jitsu expertise. But again, he's got aggressive striking, effective ground and pound. Often he looks for submissions, like the rear naked choke. Seok Hyun Ko, this guy's super powerful. He's very aggressive, and he's like the Korean Tyson, they call him. So he's known for his knockout power. He's got high volume. He's like a pursuit-based approach where he like chases you down in the cage, and his strength is in his striking. So he's a pure striker. Six of his 12 wins come by knockout, as you can see here, and 6 decisions. And his style involves a relentless offensive approach that sometimes leaves him open to counter strikes. But the power is there. So for this one here, man, I'm going to go with Seok Hyun Ko. I think he gets the job done. I think he can knock out Philip Rowe. Philip Rowe has been knocked out before, and that's one of his losses have come by knockout. The other 4 are by decision. And he did lose to Jake Matthews and Neil Magny. Neil Magny is very similar to Philip Rowe, like the tall, lanky, fight at a distance type of thing. I'm going to go with Seok Hyun Ko to get the knockout here over Philip Rowe. But the Philip Rowe knockout or submission prop is not a bad one, because you can see here he's a finisher. 7 knockouts, 4 subs. We'll talk about the betting on Friday, but I'm going to pick Seok Hyun Ko to get the KO. Seok Hyun Ko to get the KO.
Yeah, he is an exciting fighter because he comes back and wins in every one of his wins. He's like losing his fights, and then he finds a way to win later. I don't know why he's such a big underdog here. I think it's because Hyun Ko used some decent wrestling and dominated. What's his name? Who's on Ratke? That's on later in this card actually. And we never really saw that good wrestling from Hyun Ko in that top control. Ratke couldn't do anything.
Oh no! Well, Seok Hyun Ko he beat Oban Elliott.
Oh, sorry, it's Oban Elliott that I'm talking about. Yeah, who is pretty overrated, right? In my opinion. So I think they're giving him a lot more. They're giving him a lot more, I guess, benefit off of that win than he really deserves. And plus, Philip Rowe's takedown defense has always been a question mark. So what I think, though, is going to happen in this fight is that since we're in the small cage and you have that really tall, long body of Phil Rowe, I think the cage is actually going to help him stay up in this fight. Like when he pushes him back and he kind of bounces off the cage to hold him up, instead of like being on the ground in the middle of a big cage. I think it's going to benefit him here. I think he's going to be able to catch Hyun Ko with some long straight shots, because he has to use the range in his fight and use Ko's aggression against him. And I think we're looking at a late fight finish for Philip Rowe. Could get a little dicey there at the beginning. If he gets down, he's got to try to get up right away and at least be near the cage to help him out. But I think Philip Rowe's going to get this one done. So I'm going to call knockout, or give me knockout or sub, because he is a finisher, like you said.
Yeah, also to mention, he's got a 9.5-inch reach advantage, Philip Rowe, and a 5-inch height advantage.
Yes. And in honesty, he can do a better job sometimes at using his reach, but I think if he does here, he can manage. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for Seok Hyun Ko only because I think that if he gets close to Philip Rowe and just gets in close, gets it within range, he could knock him out with his powerful punches. But again, like I said, he's a very good dog, Philip Rowe, with the KO sub prop. All right, so we're in disagreement with the first 2 fights of the prelims. Let's move on up to the next fight. The ladies going at it again here. We got Arlis Ardalian against Montserrat Ruiz. Who you got here, NDO?
Okay, so here we got Montserrat Ruiz, who's out of the rankings because she just was pretty inactive against Alice Ardalian. I think who shouldn't even be ranked anywhere, but I believe she is in to some degree, and it's all because I think she won her last fight there, and her record is terrible at 10-7, but she did pull off that win the last time out. Who is it against Khalil there?
Yeah, listen, she really surprised me against Rayan dos Santos.
Rayan dos Santos. There you go. Look, who doesn't have a win in the UFC? Montserrat has the better wins. I'm basically speaking about Vlismas there. Cheyenne Vlismas, who was 2-2 in the UFC, but retired. She could still be in the UFC, and that's the best wins either of these two have between them. I know Montserrat Ruiz is on a losing streak, but I think her back is really up against the wall here. She's going to have to bring out her wrestling because she is a better wrestler than Alice Ardalian. She has to get her down. She has to let her hands go more than she has in her previous UFC fights to help her get those takedowns. And I think she can actually win this fight against Ardalian, who's just an insane favorite for absolutely no reason. Apparently, I heard she's more interested in her social media life than she actually is in improving as a UFC fighter. I guess we'll see, because Montserrat Ruiz should be a beatable fighter, but I really see a path for Montserrat Ruiz, and it starts with the wrestling. She has an 83% takedown accuracy, and that's not bad. What about you, real deal?
It's not. She's not that good, Montserrat Ruiz, man. You know, you see on paper that she could be good and everything, but it really doesn't translate into when she actually fights, man. Ruiz, she's primarily a wrestler. She's got a grappling style. She's got strong upper body throws where she likes to, do that headlock, grab you by the head with her arm, and then try to like bring you down like that. She does that a lot. She's got a good clinch game. She's a 7-time national wrestling champion, and she likes to control her opponents, set up takedowns. She's good in the clinch. She has weaknesses in long-range striking, and she can be outclassed on the ground when opponents get her into certain positions. Alice Ardalian's fighting style is striking. Her strategy often focuses on overwhelming opponents with high volumes of punches and includes a strong emphasis on conditioning, maintaining that output throughout the fight. So she's very, very well conditioned. She's got a good gas tank, and she strikes a lot. She also has submission, so she is not shitty on the ground by any means. She does know how to submit. She does have some jiu-jitsu. She really, really impressed me against Rayan dos Santos. I had Rayan dos Santos to win in that fight. I think you had Alice Ardalian in that fight, and
Most people did. Like, she was 9-7.
Yeah, well, Rayan dos Santos I thought was going to beat her because Alice Ardalian I didn't think was that good coming off those two fights, losing streak against Shauna Bannon by split and Melissa Martinez, but she came through, and she impressed me the way she fought. I liked the way she fought. She was tough. She was fucking taking a lot of fucking hits. She was giving up. She was dishing it out as well with some good punches. And I just don't like the way Montserrat Ruiz fights, man. She's small for the division at 5 foot. Alice will be 3 inches taller. And she got knocked out by Amanda Lemos. She got knocked out by Jacqueline Amarim. And she got knocked out by Eduardo Moura. That's 3 knockouts in a row, bro. I just can't.
Those are way better opponents than Alice Ardalian.
Yeah, but she's been knocked out. That's the point. Her chin is just fucking finished. But Alice Ardalian punches hard too. She's got
knockouts in women's fights aren't flatline knockouts. They're usually early ref stoppages.
Yeah, in this case, it was ground and pound with Eduardo Moura. It was ground and pound with Jacqueline Amarim, and it was a counter right. So that was a straight punch by Amanda Lemos. So
Lemos.
Again, I just don't think Ruiz has the chin and the endurance to take those punches. And like I said, when she gets taken down on her back, ground and pound is easy. So give me Alice Ardalian to win by knockout or submission. I say she finishes Montserrat. All right, so me and Andy-O in disagreement in the first 3 fights of the prelims.
Don't parlay that. Don't parlay that one. Whatever you do.
Get to the next fight here. We got Caitlin Vieira against Norma Dumont. This is my turn here. I've always been a fan of Norma Dumont. She's always been really, really good. Her fighting style is a combination of boxing, Muay Thai, and Jiu-Jitsu. She's got exceptional striking skills, particularly in boxing and Muay Thai. It complements her grappling abilities with Jiu-Jitsu, her background in Sanda as well, where she achieved multiple championships. She's very versatile and a very technical fighter. Caitlin Vieira, we know what she does out there. She's well-rounded as well, but not as good on the feet. It's more her grappling and submission skills with her Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background. Of course, her striking isn't as good as Norma Dumont. I definitely was impressed by Caitlin Vieira in her last fight. You know, I definitely did not have her winning against Macy Chiasson. I took Macy Chiasson to beat her, and Macy Chiasson fought very, very bad in that fight. I've actually completely banned her now, Macy Chiasson. She's on the ban list. I think she sucks. So I'm not going to give too much props to Caitlin for beating Macy Chiasson, who is really trash. She did lose to Kayla Harrison the fight before that. And she beat Pani Kianzad, lost to Raquel Pennington. So she's having a hard time with the more, better fighters. And I think Norma Dumont is a better fighter. Give me Norma Dumont to win this one here. I got her winning this one by submission or decision. As you can see here, out of her 12 wins, there's no knockouts there. 2 submissions and 10 decision wins. So Norma Dumont by sub or decision for me.
So here, Vieira, I think this is going to be a stand-up battle because both these girls have very good takedown defense, so I think it'll cancel that part of the game out. For someone that had pretty shitty striking when she started out, Norma Dumont has improved her striking a lot. Looks pretty good now. And it is more voluminous. She throws with more volume than Vieira. And while I think they're pretty equal in the striking, I think Dumont's going to win with that volume in the end because she's just going to hit her more. And it should be very close, though. But I like Dumont at this weight division. And I think title shot after this, or at least an eliminator, or I don't know, something like that. She looks to be more on the upside here. So give me Dumont by decision or knockout.
Yeah, this fight is going to be at bantamweight. So it looks like Caitlin Vieira is going to have to go down in weight.
Dumont used to fight in the weight class above, and Vieira's been bouncing around kind of her whole career. So
I wouldn't be surprised Caitlin Vieira doesn't make weight here to have to lose that 10 pounds. So
she does it all the time.
We'll see. We'll see how she looks. But yeah, I like Norma Dumont definitely here. All right, so finally, we're in agreement with a fight in the prelims here. Let's get to the next fight here. We got Dante Johnson against Cedricus Dumas. Andy O, this is your turn here.
Okay, so Cedricus Dumas coming off ankle bracelet issue and some crime issues, and then a nut shot issue. That's right. So he's back. He's back here, ready to lock horns with Dante Johnson here, who's really built like a fire hydrant and has lots of power. I think if I have to be honest in this fight, about Dumas's chances, I'd have to say that he would have to imply the grappling and get as much top pressure as he can and try to wear out Dante Johnson here. But I think Johnson's going to be very difficult to get in on in order to get those takedowns. And I think Dumas is going to get clocked in trying, if he tries, because Johnson packs a lot of power. Dumas leaves himself open to get hit a lot. And I used to say, man, he should have gone back, in the lower levels, worked on his game and come back. But now I think since he didn't do that, and here's where he's at in the UFC, I don't think he's even really UFC caliber at all anymore, even to begin with. So yeah, give me Dante Johnson by a knockout or decision.
Finally in agreement again with another fight here. I got to go with Dante Johnson. I told you, Cedricus Dumas, I am done with this guy for good.
I'm surprised it took you that long.
Yeah, no, seriously, I always tried to, give this guy a chance, but I am done. So Cedricus Dumas, yes, he is a kickboxer. He does have a background in wrestling and jiu-jitsu. He's got some Dutch kickboxing techniques, and he does have grappling ability. He is able to create unpredictable fights sometimes, and he's pretty aggressive sometimes. But he's really not impressed me in his last few fights there, where you thought he would use his wrestling. He's got a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he doesn't use the wrestling very often at all. Um,
He has to try here, I think.
that's what you hope for him to do that, but he doesn't do it. And you think he would blend his striking with his grappling, but he just doesn't do it. Dante Johnson, this guy's a knockout specialist here. He's a very powerful fighter. He's going to be the bigger guy here as well. You can see here, he used to be a heavyweight at 209 pounds compared to Dumas at 185. He will have the height disadvantage though for sure. You can see Dumas there at 6'3" to the 5'8" Dante Johnson. So that's going to be a big difference there in height. But I still think that Dante Johnson can get it done. He just has to get in close, get Cedricus Dumas against the cage, and throw those punches, man. He's got knockout power. All of his wins have come by knockout. He's aggressive. He's dynamic. He's got very good speed and very good striking ability. He uses significant strikes and takedowns too, so he can also get takedowns. And he's been recognized for his quickness and precision. And I think that he gets the job done here over Cedricus Dumas. And I really hope he knocks out Cedricus Dumas, man, and violently knocks him out, because I'm really sick of the Reaper here. So give me Dante Johnson by knockout.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about Dumas's height here at all. But also with Dumas, I gotta point out that I do like his kick to the ribs, man. His mid-level kick there, it looks pretty good. It reminds me of that guy Pickens, who also sucked. But I said, he has a nice looking kick.
Yeah.
So I have to give him his props.
That last fight there against Zach Reese, where he got kicked in the groin there, I thought he was milking it a little bit there. Now you're back to fight so fast. I thought that this nut shot was that bad that he had to go to the hospital and whatnot. Now he's back already fighting a month later after that nut shot. So I don't know. I think that was bullshit. I think he was milking it. I think that he knew he was going to lose that fight, and then he got kicked in the nuts and milked it. And then the fight before that, he got knocked out by Michael Oleksiejczuk, who I can't stand, and I don't think is that good. And he knocked him out. So yeah, Dante should knock this guy out. All right, so we're in agreement with this one here. Let's move on up to the co-main event of the prelims here. Chang Ho Lee against Timothy Kwamba. So for this one here, man, I'm impressed by Timothy Kwamba. I will not doubt this guy again. Timothy Kwamba really, really impressed me in the last fight against Roberto Romero, where I actually picked Roberto Romero and was pissed that he lost that fight. I thought that Roberto Romero did a good job, but Kwamba showed that he had more heart and more dog in him, man. Even after adversity in that fight, where he almost looked like he was going to get knocked out, he came back and fought hard in that one, man. Timothy Kwamba, he's got a versatile fighting style. He combines his striking and grappling. He's got Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai, and his striking is good. He can adapt to situations, man, even when he's facing adversity. I don't think that Chang Ho Lee is that good. He's a striker, and he tries to finish fights early. 55% of his wins come via knockout or technical knockout. He's got good striking, but no grappling at all. He's got Taekwondo and a bit of Jiu-Jitsu, but and a bit of wrestling, but he doesn't really use it that well. So I'm going to go with Timothy Kwamba here. I think he gets the win by knockout or decision here.
With Chung Ho Lee, it's a bit of everything. It's the pressure, it's his pace. That's what he's strong in. But along with that pace, when he's coming at you, there's elbows, there's knees, there's takedowns. It's all a blend of stuff to keep you guessing and to wear you out and to do damage. And basically, he's always trying to do something. Kwamba impressed me that last fight against Romero. I had Romero also. His knockout was pretty nice, and it's kind of the smoothness that Kwamba wants in his fights. I think he's more technical. I think he fights at a slower pace, or at least he would like to fight at a slower pace. And I don't think Chang Ho Lee is gonna let him fight in his preferred in his preferred style. He does have good takedown defense. I think though that Chung Ho Lee's style is gonna end up tiring Kawamba out a bit more, and is gonna end up doing more damage, and things are gonna work for him while Kawamba tries to get his thing working, tries to get his more technical style working. I'm not saying Kawamba can't catch him with something, because with all of this movement that Ho Lee's going to be doing, there's a lot of openings also. So if he's nice and precise, he can crisply catch him, knock him out, I wouldn't be surprised. But based on all that activity, and look, his takedowns may not be the best, but it's kind of like a Marab takedown when he's not actually trying to take you down. Maybe Ho Lee is, but at least he's doing something to occupy you with. So I think that blend of shit's going to be a little too much for Kawamba in the end. So give me Lee by knockout or decision.
Well, I had to point out one thing. Also, Timothy Kwamba is going to be the bigger guy in this fight. You can see here the weight he's at 145. Normally fights at featherweight, and Chung Ho Lee is a bantamweight there. So he's going to be the bigger guy in the cage there.
We'll see how weigh-ins.
Timothy Kwamba. All right, so we're in disagreement with this one here. Getting to the main event of the prelims, guys. If you haven't already, hit the like button. And it helps us out a lot, man. And subscribe if you're new. So we got the main event of the prelims: Billy Elikana against Kevin Christian. Who you got, Andy O?
Hey, I'm gonna lean Billy Elikana in this one. It's kind of hard to see what he's doing in there. Both these guys are really, I wouldn't call them caliber yet, but I think Elikana, he's faced the better opposition. He's durable. Right, so we'll give him the nod there. Christensen is a tall guy. He's going to have a 5-inch height advantage. I think he's going to have around a 3-inch reach advantage here. But from what's out there, you can see that he's not really that good. He's completely controllable on the ground. And he got into the Contender Series because he won his fight that he was getting dominated in, but his opponent ran out of gas completely, and he managed to choke him out. So kind of one of those wins. And also, he doesn't have a lot of volume. He's beaten complete bums on the way up. So give me Billy and Elikana by knockout or sub. I say he somehow finishes this guy.
Yeah, this guy here, Kevin Christian Lee, he's definitely not UFC caliber. He's fought very, very low-level opponents in lower level promotions as well. His most recent one was in the Dana White's Contender Series a year and a month ago, where he got a sub. He's known as the Motown Phenom, this Kevin Christian Lee, and he's aggressive. He uses street fighting technique. He tries to integrate jiu-jitsu and wrestling skills. He does have some grappling abilities. He does have some jiu-jitsu. As I said, he did get a triangle armbar on Francisco Mazzeo in the last fight. He's evolved his fighting style. He holds multiple championships in the lower level promotions. Billy Elikana, though, he is a significant, powerful striker. He's got effective takedown defense. He uses a mix of power strikes at distance and clinch work. He shows his ability to control the pace of the fight and secure advantageous positions. A high percentage of significant strikes landed per minute, and he has a solid takedown defense. So that's going to be hard for Kevin Lee to take him down. And I think this fight's going to stay on the feet for the most part. And but he does also, Billy Elikana does also have some grappling. And he's able to maintain control in the clinch as well. So I think Billy Elikana gets the job done. He's the more proven fighter. Even though he lost to Bogdan Guskov, Bogdan Guskov is a way, way, way higher level than Kevin Christian. And he also just recently beat 2 months ago Ibo Aslan, who's a tough guy as well. So Billy Elikana, give me him to win by knockout or decision. And there you have it. Our early predictions and breakdowns for the prelims. Stay tuned for the main card coming up next. Peace out.